All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more Complexity Casting. coLcast presents Scrimcast Live with me, your casting host, Beef. Thanks for being here, guys. We're going to get into Game 2 in this Scrim series, of course. And, well, Complexity looked very, very strong in that last game. Of course, 17-minute concede over Druidz eSports, and we'll see if they can do it again. We're already well into this banning stage, so let's go way back up here. Legion team choosing to ban out Parasite and Ophelia. Ophelia and Keeper of the Forest being banned by the Hellborn team, so that's what we're going to be going into. Now the lockpicking phase. First up, Wild Soul. Made it into the lockpicking stage last time. Was not actually picked, though. So very, very interesting. Not so in this case, though. As they're blowing through this. We had, Shadowblade, Gemini, Artillery, and then Wild Soul, Glacius, Aluna. Actually going to be rounding it out there for the lockpick. But we already see that they're moving right on through. So I'm just going to go ahead and list off the bans. Plague Rider, War Beast, Moon Queen, Meraxis, Zephyr, and Tempest. Sorry once again for getting this game started a little bit late, guys. But what in the actual Sam Hill? That's fun, I guess. The picking stage. First up was Pebbles, returned on the other side by Bubbles and Magmas. So Complexity responds with Engineer, Wretched Hag. And then, of course, rounding it out with their lock picks, they go with Wild Soul Artillery. So very, very interesting here for the Complexity guys. And, well, Moonrider's going to be bunkering down, I guess. Interesting. Over on the other side, though, DrDz goes with Aluna, Magbus, Glacius, Soul Stealer, Bubbles. So that's what they're going to be rolling with. As we make our way onto this beautiful winter wonderland known as New Earth. But really, what in the actual hell happened with this artillery pick? I don't understand. I like this avatar. I think that I think Moon, if you're gonna be using this hero, you need to use this avatar. I think it's a pretty cool one. But in the bottom lane, they are going to be going up against Zlintz, who's going to be playing that Suicide Bubbles. Zlintz makes his way over there nice and early, though, is able to get the ward down as the bear does spawn him out. But just uses that Shell Surf. We'll be able to get on out of there. No problem whatsoever. And, well, Druidz, they're going to be doing a Luna Magmus middle. So going with the Magmus once again, but this time going to be supported by a Luna instead of Engineer. Because on the other side, Franzi's going to be playing Engineer on the other side of this river with a Pebbles. So that hero was banned out last time, but this time B-Kid gets one of his favorites. And we'll see how many kids he's able to chuck up in the air and drop them into the ground a little bit later in this game. Soul Stealer and Glacius going to be doing the short lane thing up here. Now, this is probably the 6th, 7th game I've casted of Druidz in the past week and a half or so. And Druidz, this is probably the 3rd or maybe even 4th time that I've seen them run a Soul Stealer in their lineup. They really, really do like this hero. Fibelli does like him. I've seen him even play it in the in-house league where they're playing that a little bit more often as well. Even a couple of games ago, I saw Fibelli playing that one, and they were able to get a quick 15 CC. So, interesting. But, of course, Soul Stealer here that we just don't see very often. He is just, he's very, very hard to not die a bunch on. His farming capabilities are absolutely amazing once he's able to get to that stage where he can just spam those demon hands out and get those last hits on so many creeps at the same time. He's great for jungling. He's great for clearing out lanes real quick, but he's just so vulnerable to ganks. If you've got heroes like Pebbles, Engineer on the team, you got somebody like this Wretched Hag that might be able to just get in there and do a lot of damage while dodging those demon hands. That's his really only form of defense, is just being able to do more damage than you're able to deal to him. So if he gets stunned, though, he's in some serious trouble. But let's take a look at this bottom lane. Moon already doing that bunker down thing and putting a lot of pressure onto Zlintz. Of course, he does have the, fragmentation shells? Yeah, fragmentation shells and bunker down leveled up right now. The long-range missiles, LRM, are not going to be leveled, most likely. They just they put you in one place for too long as Stalagmites goes out there onto Magnus. Keg's going to connect as well. Chuck not available though, and Magnus will be able to escape for now. A couple auto attacks and a Chuck would have finished off Magnus, but we saw Beacon actually a little bit too hesitant to maybe press up onto the Magnus. Didn't want to get into tower range. And as a result, well, they're not able to complete the kill onto Magnus. He just hits that health potion and gets right on back up. Very interesting lock pool now that I think about it. They had Gemini and Artillery and Shadowblade. So one of those three had to be picked, and I guess, well, Complexity was happy with going with the Artillery here. But, I mean, let's talk about the strengths of this hero. The ultimate is a pretty awesome stun. It's a 1.5 second stun, I want to say, with a very large AoE. So great counter initiation tool if you do get initiated on. Also pushes you away. Hopefully helps you get to safety as a Lava Surge comes in right there. Magnus might be in some trouble, though. No, not going to be in trouble just yet, although Beakid will find the level 2 Glacius up here in the top portion of the river. Hag's going to be there. The Haunt is applied. Auto attacks are coming in. The Stalagmites are there. The turret's getting the slow, and Glacius gets the freeze onto Hag. Not enough, though. Bloodlust kill goes to Beakid, and he is one happy rock now. Of course, wasn't doing super great in the middle lane, 6-0 in terms of CS, but now that he's able to get that Bloodlust kill, does actually get up to 275 gold per minute, as well, long range missiles are actually being leveled now by Moon Meander. He is currently 2 points into fragmentation shells and 1 point into LRM, so going with a little bit of a different build than I've seen from higher tier players when they do go for that Artillery. A lot of times they do just like to go bunker down, fragmentation shells, and then stats. As a Lava Surge on to Pebbles right there. Well, he was going to be in some trouble. The Ice Imprisonment goes out, trying to turn it around. The Stalagmites as well as the Keg is there and will be able to escape. So nice job. You got a lot of roaming coming out right now from Karma Diaz here on the Glacius, and of course Soul Stealer up in the top lane. He's able to farm pretty damn well against Wretched Hag right now, as Haxtron is doing a lot of rotating. Doesn't want to do too much against the Soul Stealer, who's now up to 80 to 86 damage, averaging at 83. Quite a bit of damage indeed. Bubble still just taking a lot of pressure down here in the bottom lane. If we take a look here, Artillery doing 23% of the max damage. Oh, Hasted Pebble's going to come in. Oh, misses the Stalagmites, though. The Chuck goes out. Auto attack's not going to be enough, and Pebbles will have to retreat. So Beakid with an uncharacteristic whiff of the Stalagmites. At first I thought it was a take cover, but Bubbles doesn't even have take cover learned. Just had a very nice juke there onto the Stalagmites, and Beakid unsuccessful gank. Lost a lot of time in that mid lane trying to go for that. Lava Surge going out there in the middle lane. Glacius is there once again. Gets the Ice Imprisonment, and down goes Beakid. Magnus might be in a little bit of trouble. No, he is able to actually retreat. Not going to be in too much trouble there. Glacius doing a fantastic job of roaming. Currently 1-1 is the hero score. And, well, Complexity, they're up by about 1,000 experience and 500 gold, so they have an advantage, but not too much of an advantage. But this Glacius is certainly helping them win in the middle lane, so their Initiator War is certainly leaning in favor of this Magnus. Beakid on Pebbles just a little bit lower than 200 gold per minute right now. So that is certainly not where you want to be. Sorry guys, I'm still getting more reports of lag. So I'm just trying to make sure, like, I'll clue you in on what exactly happened. I tried to install a fan onto my graphics card, so I'm not shorted it out, as long range missiles doing a lot of damage here to Bubbles. Look at the damage output here from Artillery, and quite a bit. I tried to install this fan though, and it worked great, but then it started shorting out and crashing the video drivers. And so you might have seen that last weekend when my video card crashed a couple of times in the middle of a game, and ended up messing around with that a bunch and was never quite able to fix it. So it actually ended up shorting out my Ethernet card as well, so now I'm on wireless, and that might be causing some issues. My new card should be in today though, and so hopefully that'll fix up any internet mini DCs or anything that might be causing what you're going through right now. And then of course I am having to actually RMA my video card because it's not working right now, and I'm using an older one, so I don't think that should be causing any lag. But we'll see. Everything should be fixed up here in the next week or so. So once again, apologies, and please bear with me. I've been working my ass off trying to get everything working, as Artillery is actually going to take an Emerald Lightning right there. Just activates the Ghost Marches and is able to get away though. Not a problem. Artillery actually hits pretty damn hard, sitting here at about 100 damage. As well, there's the ultimate from Artillery, the auto attacks to finish off Bubbles, and that's what I'm talking about. That's actually a 2-second stun. 2-second, essentially instant stun. A very, very quick stun in a big radius. The Artillery Barrage is what it's called. And then, of course, with that bunker down, Artillery's range is extended all the way up to 700. Is that correct? Or is it 800? Let's go back over here real quick. 800 range. So Bubbles all the way up here, Artillery way back here, able to land that final auto attack, and Bubbles goes down. So damn, Artillery is a pretty good short lane solo against a Bubbles. Of course, up at 335 gold per minute, pretty close to top in the game. That does, of course, go to Soul Stealer, who's in some trouble. Soul Stealer goes down, the Hag being just chucked right on top of him. That's what I'm talking about when you talk about Soul Stealer. Is you have to be really, really wary of those ganks. You have to be extremely map aware. And, well, not quite able to get away from that gank. Artillery in some trouble. No, is just fast enough and turns it around with the long-range missiles. Using that level 1 ability, still able to put out a decent amount of pressure. Of course, that does scale off of attack damage, or is it base damage? Attack damage, so not base damage. And so it's kind of hard. We'll see if Moon actually levels that up anymore, or if right now it's just used for the slow. Only 1 point in it just yet, as Pebbles and Engineer now the target here for Glacius and Aluna, doing a little bit of roaming once more. Oh, middle lane. Magma's channeling up, but no! He gets taken out by the Stalagmites. We'll be able to escape for now, and everybody's going to be able to actually get out of there. So, Thunder Blasts, Lava Surges, and you got your Power Throws, your Stalagmites, your Kegs, your Turrets. None of it actually going to matter. Nobody gets killed right there. Everybody able to back up and live another day. Oh, middle lane. Magma's in some trouble. He's able to Lava Surge out for now. Will Hag go in for the dive? She does not have the blink just yet. 2 more seconds. No. Magnus will be able to escape. And interesting that Hag is level 6 and she has not gone for her ultimate just yet. You will see that sometimes as Bubbles is being in some trouble here. Where's the Artillery Barrage? There it is! 1 more auto attack. Nope, long range missiles, doesn't even want to get close to it. And Moon, all of a sudden 2-0-0 with 61 and 33 as his creep score. Damn. He's looking pretty buff here, and I'm interested to see how he chooses to build up this hero. I've never seen this hero in a competitive game before. I've seen him in some high-tier TMMs. I've seen him in some in-houses before. I've seen him in a lot of mid-wars, but I've never seen him in a competitive game, so very, very interested to see what Moon does choose to build here. Might be going for something like that early Firebrand. We'll have to see, though. Magnus, Glacius, and Aluna still kind of hanging out here in the middle lane. Glacius, he's still level 3, 11 minutes into the game. And remember last time we talked, 14 minutes, you had both your players level 6. As a Lava Surge goes out onto Pebbles. Emerald Lightning not going to connect, power throw is there, and the Tundra Blast to finish it off. So the Emerald Lightning, even though it does not connect, not even needed just yet. Engineer showing up a little bit late to that party, and Francie will be able to get the counter ward taken care of, but wasn't there in time to save his teammate. And PK takes his second death of the game, still struggling at 218 gold per minute. You typically do see your mid lane hero for Complexity doing a little bit better than that, but with the Wild Soul in the jungle, who's farming very well. And take a look at, well, there you go. Didn't have any items because he just bought a Sword of the High at 12 minutes into the game. And a jungling Wild Soul is not something you see too often. You'll often see the Suicide Wild Soul, just because it does fare pretty well against most matchups. And then another strong jungler, if you're going to see the jungler. But in this case, Wild Soul just straight up jungling. 300 gold per minute, and as the Sword of the High gets delivered to the bear, well on his way to about a 15-minute Mock of Brilliance, and that's going to be pain for the other team to deal with. Soul Stealer, he's able to clear out a lot of creeps. We'll see if he's able to clear out that bear, though, before it starts doing 40 damage per second to his entire team, and just forcing them to back off from the towers, not enabling them to defend at all. We'll see, we'll see. Artillery does actually go for an Energizer first. I saw him pick that up a moment ago, and then he gets a Steam Staff as well. Interesting that he goes with that Energizer. It is, of course, a nice item to have. Gives you a little bit of stats. The 10 Agi is nice to have. And, of course, the +7 of the other stats, natural movement speed. As, well, Artillery's in some trouble. Red power throw does connect, and down he goes. So Pew, nice shot with that one. Artillery might have actually been able to escape there, as there's a counter kill in the middle lane. Pew, well, he gets the red power throw, but pays for it in the middle lane. But yeah, Artillery might have been able to escape there. Moon had a very nice artillery barrage, able to blast himself away, but he actually hit right into the red power throw, which was certainly kind of an issue. He did take a fall, and in the end, well, sets him back to about 334 gold per minute, falling behind the Soul Stealer for once. SS does do a little bit of triple stacking for himself. Now has quite a few stacks to clear through. That's going to shoot him up into the mid-400s once he actually clears all that out. No Ancients being stacked just yet. Soul Stealer might have a little bit of problem doing those by himself right now. 30 souls added up, and right there we do see Fabelli actually going with an early portal key. So interesting that he does go for the early PK. You don't see that too often on Soul Stealer in these competitive games, and oftentimes you will see a Mighty Blade before that portal key. So talking like maybe a 18 or 20 minute portal key instead of something like a 12 or 14 minute portal key. Just because you do want, actually a Lava Surge going to come in right here. No! Brodex level 5 misses. The Artillery Barrage goes out, and the slow is being applied onto Magnus. Activates that Illusion Rune though, and he's going to try to get out of there. Magnus still in some serious trouble. He gets slowed quite a bit. The Chuck goes out, and Magnus is able to survive for now. Nothing else going to be able to connect just yet, and a nice attempted counter kill there from B-Kid and the Complexity squad, but not quite able to connect. In the end, Artillery survives. He's going to be able to free farm this lane, and they send both Glacius and Magnus back to base. Mock of Brilliance finished up here on Wild Soul, and I don't know where the bear is. Oh, bear's in town. There you go. Mock of Brilliance is finished up, and that's going to be, of course, an extremely nice item to have as Wretched Hag's in some trouble. She tries to get out of there, not quite able to. The Soul Burst ultimate probably was not needed. But Fabelli does use that, and with Wretched Hag going down, well, the Legion team going to be choosing to push down middle tower, and Soul Stealer turning his attention toward the top. Boo Boo Bear up in the front line, smacking that tower down with his big bear paw. Attempted deny, not going to happen though, and Chessie will be able to get the last hit with that bear. Artillery already did push down the lane in the bottom, by the way. I don't know if I pointed that out. It was denied by a contingent of Hellborn players. So, good job being able to delay the Complexity team's farm just a little bit in that respect. Wild doing some triple stacked Ancients of his own now. On the other side, the Ancients are starting to get stacked up a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see if Solstealer is going to be able to hold his own really against the might of Wild Soul and Artillery. And well, we'll see if B-Kid actually starts to farm decently well. Overall, though, I really do feel like Complexity has a pretty strong advantage right now. I mean, 5,000 gold, 4,000 experience. That's a great advantage to have at 17 minutes, but just looking at the team composition, the Bubbles, he's at 130 gold per minute, yeah. And so he's really, really low in gold per minute. The Glacius and the Aluna, they're just doing the support thing. They're not going to be of really too much consequence. As a nice keg goes out there, they're going to turn it around onto Bubbles, perhaps. Calfield's going to go out. Wretched Hack does blink away. Soulstealer does not have the portal key activated just yet. 4 more seconds. And, well, Wild Soul is actually over here as well. Glacius in a lot of trouble as... What the hell is going on? I don't even know. Magma's starting to channel up that eruption, but no! Nice stalagmites right there. Pebble's going to be able to escape for now. Auto attack's going to be able to finish him off. One soul hand, and down he goes. Soulstealer goes down, though. Chessie up to a hat trick. Will he be able to get the quad? There it is! And ultimate warrior streak for the bear. That 15-minute Mock of Brilliance doing work as Chessie all of a sudden at 404 gold per minute is the top in the game. Forget that, 428 gold per minute. He is one wealthy guy. Now he's going to be making his way up to the Tier 2 secondary. I don't even know what in the heck happened up there in that lane. They just really, really overextended against a Wild Soul with a Mock of Brilliance, and it did not pay off for them. When you have such low health pools, you got 2 players in the 600s, you got Bubbles at 700, and your highest is 1,300 on a Soulstealer. You just can't contend with that Mock of Brilliance for more than a few seconds, and they just stayed in there way, way too long. Gave up some kills that they really did not need to, and in the end, that's why they're down 9-5 in terms of hero kills. And of course, down about 10,000 gold, 9,000 experience here at 18 minutes into the game. A rather substantial amount, that's for sure. Pebbles maybe trying to do a little bit of jungling. B-Kid, of course, just trying to find the farm wherever he can. Combo is down a Minotaur pack right there, but he's pretty far behind. Even with the kills that he's gotten in the 3 tower kills that his team has, he's still pretty far behind. 3-3 and 2, 245 gold per minute. But he did occupy the time of the Glacius there in the middle lane, as well as the Aluna. As Bubbles is in some trouble here in the middle lane, the long-range missile is going out. Will Bubbles be able to escape? He does for now. Engineer in some trouble. The Energizer goes off, and will Francie be able to escape? No, not quite. Bat Blast comes in. Glacius goes down. Magma's going to try to get out of there. HoN is up. Portal key being activated for the next 15 seconds, and long-range missiles actually finish him off. Moon Meander picks up that kill. 416 gold per minute himself. Hitting for 191, and now has an Assassin's Shroud. So that's what that Steam Staff was, in fact, for. And hitting pretty dang hard with that item picked up. Oh, Kelfield goes out onto a couple right there. Engineer, actually, that's an illusion, and Chessie will be able to just teleport out. Doesn't even want to. The combo going out onto Bubbles and Soulstealer. Soulstealer is definitely in some trouble. Well, Lightning going to be going out for now. Mock of Brilliance, is he going to be able to run him down? Bubbles is definitely in some trouble. Bubbles goes down, but Soulstealer will be able to escape. So, it looks like they cleaned up a few other players as well. Glacius and Aluna both going down at the front of the base. Magnus is going to resurrect, and with that portal key, he's going to have to get some really huge Zet Pro level, Swagmas level plays happening if he wants to get his team back into the game. I'm talking 4-man, 5-man Lava Surge and Ultimates with a Soulstealer ult. 30 charges directly on top of all of them. Complexity's going to need to actually have a stroke if that's going to happen, but if it... Oh! Pebbles is actually in some trouble. Lava Surge, and down he goes. So B-Kid getting caught out of position right there. Hit by the red power throw, and then immediately just hit by that Lava Surge. Magnus in the right place at the right time, but great coordination and great intuition there from Pew to actually land that red power throw. Hag gonna have to TP on out of there. She's in some trouble though. Ice Imprisonment goes out. The Thunder Blast, well, no. Hag is gonna be able to get away for now. She does not have enough mana for another blink. Thunder Blast goes out now. And Glacier is trying to bring the Glacial Downpour on. Oh, Hag. She's going to try to get a blink right here, and she does get the successful blink right into the Magnus and Lava Surge. Down goes Haction. She did a nice job of leading them around for quite some time, though. Artillery comes in with the level 15 and the Assassin's Shroud activated. Glacius takes the Artillery Burst combo onto Glacius, and he goes down. Level 4 coLm is now leveled up here on Artillery, so does in fact go for that build. I wasn't going to be quite sure, but that is indeed what he goes for. So interesting. Bottom lane, Magnus perhaps looking to set up a gank, and Wild Soul going to be caught a little bit out of position here. Bubbles comes in, there's the Kelp Field. Soul Stealer's in position now as well. Soul Burst goes out onto Wild Soul. There's the Lava Surge as well. Keg's going to try to turn it around. The Energy Field is there, and Chessie trying to get out, but no, the hand does bring him down. Energy Field is cleaned up as well, and now Franzi might be in some trouble trying to bring down Bubbles, but no, there's the Lava Surge. Auto attacks, and down goes down goes Engineer. So the Hellborn team getting a couple of nice counter kills. Wretched Hag level 12 onto a Luna. The Haunt is there. Backblast goes out, and a Luna does go down. Eruption comes in from Magnus. No Lava Surge available, or just not choosing to use it, as Magnus in some trouble. Use the Lava Surge now. The Energizer being activated, and they're going to try to run down Magnus. There's the Stalagmites connecting this time. For long-range missiles onto Glacius, getting the slow happening on him. Magnus goes down. And Complexity trying to make something happen. Portal key up, and where's the Chuck? No Chuck just yet. There it is. Auto attack from Haxerin. Hat trick coming out on Wretched Hag. Moonmeander cleans out the tower in the background, and Complexity 16,500 gold lead, 12,000 experience lead, and they are just absolutely on a roll right now. 476 gold per minute on Artillery, and of course we do have 460. Oh my god, I cannot speak, guys. I cannot say numbers. 445 gold per minute on Wild Soul. Chessie having a nice day as well. Get some phase boots on his bear, and of course picks up that Abyssal Skull. We'll see a Soul's Bulwark most likely coming up real quick here. Pebbles, with that portal key that he's shown off a couple times now, is starting to make quite a bit of an impact in this game, getting some nice setups for his team going. And Hag even recovering as well, up to about 300 gold per minute. Picks up her her Arcana. So she's going to be working on that Hellfire. She teleports out really early. She's going to be actually relatively low on mana here, but wanted to get that kill on the Glacius real bad. Franzi using that turret to actually clean up some nice Lava Surge comes in. There's the Soul Burst. Pebbles in trouble. Pebbles goes down. Gets the Stalagmites on to Glacius first, and now Hag might be in a little bit of trouble as well. No, she is able to escape for the time being. But that's what I'm talking about right there. Lava Surge on Magnus, of course, with a two-man Lava Surge like that, and then Soul Stealer follow-up. Very, very nice. They're going to try to bring down Wild Soul. The Bear's starting to work on a couple of players. TP on out, but no, Lava Surge is going to be able to interrupt. Power Throw connects as well, and Chessie takes the fall. Oh, a huge backblast with the Artillery Burst right there, and two players go down. Moon and Hax both pick up one. Haxerin picks up another. Moonmeander as well, and just like that, Druid's in some serious trouble. Where's the Keg? Available in 3 seconds. Aluna activates the Deja Vu, able to escape for now. And she does actually activate the Deja Vu one more time. Lava Surge comes out. Stalagmite's going to interrupt the eruption, though. And Magma's in trouble. What were you doing, Brodex level 5? Just got to hit that Codex, snag the kill, and get on out of there. But he tried to be a hero, and he wasn't able to be. So he gives up a kill. Bad times, bad times. Druid's now down about 10 kills. That's kind of rough. Kind of rough for them indeed. Down about 20,000, 18,500 to be exact. Gold and 14,500 experience at 26 minutes into the game. And I mean, they're real far down there. Fabelli on the Soul Stealer, 400 gold per minute. Able to finish up that Shrunken Head, which he's shown off a couple of times. But really just not able to do anything with it. There's just too much on the other team that's preventing him from being useful, getting the demon hands off in the correct areas after the initial soul burst. So interesting, but not working out just yet. Of course, Mock of Brilliance on Boo Boo does certainly help out quite a bit with making sure that Soul Steer's not able to get into those correct positions. Magnus picks up a Mighty Blade, so he's going to be working on his Shrunken Head most likely here pretty soon. Shrunken Head onto Magnus would of course be great. He's gotten so many eruptions interrupted by stalagmites from Pebbles. Of course, the channel time on that is a little bit more than the stun duration on the Lava Surge. So even if you start channeling it immediately after a stun, something like the Pebbles that has a quick return stun, going to be able to interrupt you. And that's what's happened a lot here for DrDz level 5. And Complexity gathering up here in the middle lane. Looks they might be going in for a little bit of a push. The Shrunken Head has been finished up here onto Artillery, so he's going to be able to stand strong in these fights. Just man up and do a little bit of damage. Okay, a lot of bit of damage to the opposing team. Of course, hitting for 211 right now with that extremely long range. Once he hits that bunker down, that's going to be increased even more. And he picks up a double damage. So, yeah, hits the bunker down. Now he's hitting for about 350, which is still not huge, but for 28 minutes into the game, on top of those other items, he doesn't have anything that's really just pure damage just yet. So, starting to hit pretty hard, as an Illusion Pebbles is going to be able to spawn out the Hellborn team. Hellborn's so afraid of the Pebbles that they actually do run away. Turret's going to go out onto a couple of them. Boo Boo Bear just trying to tank up Concord. Will Magnus be coming in? And Magnus not going to be going in just yet. Shrunken Head activated. Energy Field's going to go out. Blazius in some trouble. He's going to be the first to fall. Luna walks into the Energy Field as well, and she's going to take a fall. And, well, Boo Boo trying to get some work being done here to the Bubbles, but not quite able to secure that kill. Soul Stealer and Magnus will be able to just back out, and they're going to be just fine now. But in the end, I mean, what the heck was the Hellborn team doing? The Glacius and the Aluna were just so far out of position, and did give up their lives for pretty much nothing. The energy field, of course, being used there by Engineer, but he's happy to use that to get a couple of kills onto those supports. B-Kid, standing in the back, wants to get a combo onto somebody like that Magnus. Wants to get in there before Shrunken Heads are activated and just trying to get a real big initiation. If they can just initiate on the Magnus before Magnus initiates on the Complexity team, coL should be able to take this fight no problem, but they don't even need to. Well, actually, Glyph's going out. Lava Surge whiffs, and Magnus is in some trouble. Magnus gets comboed down. Bat Blast hitting nothing right there. Doesn't even matter. LRM going to be able to connect with Glacius. He goes down. Shrunken Head on Soul Stealer. He comes back in, but doesn't even cast an auto attack, not a demon hand, and Fragmentation Shell is slowing him down a little bit. Artillery just trying to put out the damage. Now Moon's gonna have to fall back a little bit. GG well played to come out though, and the vote to concede passes. Still some more action as Soul Stealer is taking a lot of pressure. He does go down, and Complexity's gonna take this game as well. So off 2-0 against Druidz in this Scrim series. Druidz, and they've looked very strong in their games in the Gold Division in the past, and we'll see how they look in the Diamond Division. But here against Complexity, they just look a little bit outclassed. Their standard heroes, the Soul Stealer, the Moon Queen, certainly having some trouble executing properly, getting enough farm on those. So we shall see. But guys, that is actually going to be that. So we're going to go to a quick break while we try to find another scrim. I hope that you guys are enjoying these. I'm very